So we're back, this time with Chapter 10, Buying and Disposing of Products. What? It's another process. Yes, the book talks about before states, during states, and after states. So that's before you buy, while you're buying, and then after you've purchased. So we're going to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that goes on before that leads to decision. It's part of sort of the decision making in the buying process. Situational elements, of course, play a role. So, you know, I'm dissatisfied with the color of my room, so that makes it creates some problem recognition that gets me thinking about paint, that gets me thinking about colors, that gets me, you know, starting the whole process. There are physical and social surroundings that affect your purchase decision, whether it's in the mall or whether it's in your home or where you go. You go to somebody's house, you see a nice couch. I want a couch like that. There's temporal things. I need it now. There might be a sense of urgency. One of the things that's kind of interesting here is this idea of queuing theory, that if you have to wait for something, it makes it more valuable. But on the other hand, just like repetition, if you have to wait too long, then it's not worth it. And that is, of course, kind of variable. They call that queuing theory. It goes on before as well as the idea of emotional state, the emotional state you're in, and how you might respond. We've talked about emotion before in terms of how people respond to advertisements and to the product, and also about your emotional state when you're in the process of making a purchase decision, or it may make you even want something. You know, for instance, therapy shopping, I think, is something that's out there. There's an interesting diagram in the book. It's a quadrant. At one end you have arousing things, then you have sleepy things, and you have unpleasant things, yuck, and you have very, very pleasant things, and then a couple of intermediate states there too. So kind of an interesting, useful map to our emotions. Still in the before phase, before purchase, but you know, whether some of it is the type of person you are, that you know, there are the shopping style, I think it's called. For some, shopping is an adventure. You know, they go to the mall, you don't know what you're going to see, what will be on sale, the thrill of the hunt, find a new handbag, a new pair of shoes, or maybe it's a man bag, I should say. And by the way, men do this just as much as women, so it's not as much of a gender bender as it, or a gender thing as it used to be. But the reasons we shop are complex, and then, you know, there are some people that don't like to shop, so it's a job. Shopping is something that you have to do, you know, like in and out as quickly as possible. Shopping orientation: the economic consumer, the personalized consumer, the ethical consumer, the apathetic consumer, and the recreational shopper. And, you know, all of those are distinct and very real. The question then for you is, for your client, how significant are they, and where are they in various, how big is each group? So the during stuff, now we're approaching the purchase decision. We're in the mall. We're about to go to the car. We're about to enter the store, whatever. So here the physical environment is obviously very important in retailing. And the web, the website, the whole merchandising part of the website is critically important here, and usability becomes a big issue. So, but you have your store design, your aesthetics, the colors, the music that you might be playing, the smell that if you're adding a smell, as well as your policies around, you know, how do you greet a customer? Do you always say goodbye to a customer? You know, what's your return policy? Stuff like that all helps to sort of shape the culture of the store, if you will. Then there's this idea of spontaneous shopping. So what can you do? People may, you know, are you a destination product? And are you a destination, you know, a destination product might be Bose stereos, for instance. You know, if I want a Bose stereo and I want to buy it physically, I'm going to go someplace and find it. So I go for the product. Or maybe I want to go for the store, right? You know, I really like the ambience of a particular store, and I'll go there and see what they have. I started talking about spontaneous shopping before, and I should talk about it some more. So, you know, the in-store decision-making that happens, because we're in the atmosphere of the store. We may have gone in to look for a jacket, but oh, look, near the cash, there's this wonderful display of trinkets, and I'm a sucker for shiny things, so in we go, and we, you know, end up coming out with a pair of earrings and a nose ring or something. Well, perhaps the most important part of an in-store experience is the salesperson. And that's beyond sort of our capability to impact as advertisers, but you know, if you have in-store salespeople, and most retail outlets will have some sort, the interaction between those individuals and the customers can play a key role in the success or failure of your store. So once I've got my product, I've bought my wonderful thingy, and I've come home with it, or it's arrived in the mail for that instance, and I picked it up and I've got it. Now we're into the post-purchase phase. And post-purchase is the key thing there for us as marketers is the customer satisfied? And are they proud of it, In many digital products, they make it easy now to sort of share the fact that you've downloaded something. Or and that of course increases promotion across my personal network and to social networking and all of that, which we'll get into a little bit more later. But it's a whole just new medium, new vehicle for getting our message out. Anyway, post-purchase dissonance. Or I might be unhappy. It's not quite what I expected, and it's the expectations that are key here. So whether or not I'm satisfied depends on what I expected. If I expected something great and I got mediocre, then I'm dissatisfied. If I expected something mediocre and I got great, then I'm thrilled. And hence the expression, overpromise, underpromise and overdeliver. Point, I'm going to get rid of my new thingy. It's going to wear out. A new thingy is going to come out with even better widgets on it, and I'm going to really want that. Or my lifestyle may change, my environment may change, and I no longer need a thingy A. I need something entirely different. Whatever, at some point that product is no longer part of my life, and I get rid of it. And how I get rid of it depends on a number of factors. I might just throw it out. I might recycle it, and recycling it would again be consistent with a particular value set. Yeah. And I think playing into that, though, is also the idea of products and built-in obsolescence, and how built-in obsolescence is bad. High-quality products that last a long time are good.